Yo, CryoGX here, solo dev for Avid Neon. Game's finally out. You can get it if you followed the game before and forgot about it. Here's your official memo that it's out. So I'm really appreciative of all the feedback people have been leaving. The fact that most people are enjoying it, it's really great. It feels really good to see the effort paying off. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty unscripted long play of the game, and if you don't want to hear me talk through it, I'll upload a version of it that doesn't have, my commentary. But yeah, since I'm going through this, like, in real time, it's not going to be as well structured as the commentary videos I did during the other showcases. But that should be fine. I'll put it to a vote on Twitter. This is what people overwhelmingly wanted, so I'll gladly do it. But yeah, game's fun. Everybody's playing it, enjoying it. I want to keep playing it. Y'all want to keep playing it. It's great. And I'm gonna be working to get the game, onto more people's radars for that too. But yeah, this is my first commercial indie game. I'll say I've done like school projects before, but nothing to the level like this where I go through the entire development cycle and get a game on Steam sold, get everything like organized and all that. Like that is much harder than just making a game like by itself. But now that I've done it once, it means I can do it again and much faster than the development cycle of this game. Oh, another fun fact, this is my second take. So the first take had me trolled because I was using my favorite Xbox controller that has stick drift. And that trolled me a few too many times, so I decided, screw it, I'm going to start over with my Pro controller. Oh yeah, these break attacks are really cool. Like at one point, they had like much smaller animations. But then I was playing MapleStory, since I've played that for forever. And I saw like the flashy effects of my main character. I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to steal this aesthetic. That's why those break attacks look different now. And if you're curious and haven't figured it out, Buccaneer is my main in that class. You'll definitely be able to tell if you actually play the game and look. Oh. There we go. Resonance has to be... Well, I knew this, like, before I even got the game, like, out to people in demos, but, like, resonance percent is, like, a critical hit mechanic. Well, it says it right there, that they can build on demand based on how skilled you are. Oh god. Okay, there we go. Oh. But yeah, since it's like a critical hit mechanic that you can build on demand without like any long-term progression, it means the speed at which you destroy things is going to vary wildly based on who's playing. So it's like if you're at 0% all the time, you're going to take 3 times longer to kill anything that somebody at 100% is all the time. So the game's balanced around being somewhere in the middle. And because of that, it actually... you get more resonance percent at below 50% than you would above it. So it like encourages you to get there if you're like, I guess, struggling. But yeah, 100% is much more, is a bit more difficult to get and maintain. Deservedly so, though. If you are stuck at 100%, you basically break the game. Oh! Speaking of breaking the game, being stuck at high speed state practically does that as well. So I designed this personally as like a reward rather than a, what's it called? Than a thing that you should expect. So like going this fast should be hard. Like if you clip into a wall while in this state and then lose it, or like stop holding forward and lose it, for the vast majority of stages, that is intentional. Because it's like, this also breaks the game by multiplying your damage. And I think it's like 9 times more damage. So you basically one-shot whatever you hit while in the state. And also, since this is the first level, it was originally not made for this state, but tearing through it after it was added later in development, it still feels really nice. Because yeah, this is, what's it called? Ooh, Z rank, nice. 98%. I didn't even know Z rank could go that low. But yeah, it encourages you to, I guess, replay the level so that you can understand how to best optimally break it. But since the run cycle for Neon does look cool, there are areas in the game where it'll force you to be in that state, kind of. Like these running battles. No. Oh yeah, the music here is probably too low to hear over my voice, but there is a Friday Night Funkin' mod that people keep talking about that I made in the past. That did not predate this game. This game technically does not have its roots in a Friday Night Funkin' mod, but it still, you know, was a big part of getting the game on the people's radars. So I really enjoyed that process. I really enjoyed that it helped people remember that. But anyway, in that boss music, I added part of the like vocals from that track to it, like very close to the end of development. It's kind of like a homage to it. But I think it's pretty neat. All right, next level. Be gone. No! Oh. Get over here. Yes. Get out of here. Goodbye. No. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh yeah. I should also mention, I am tired as heck. There's not been a point in the past 2 weeks where I have not been tired. So consider this a nerfed playthrough. It should be better than average, but... this is not my true power. But I also encourage everybody to make it as broken playthroughs as possible. Like, this is one of those games where it's very easy to make it look bad through gameplay, but also very, very amazing when it's made to look godlike. So like the ranking system, all of that's meant to facilitate telling the player, hey, you could definitely do better even if you're already enjoying the game. If you're just trying to play through the entire thing, start to finish, and then being done with it, this might not have been for you, but I hope you enjoy the experience regardless. Because, like, the combat is addictive, and that's not just, like, my opinion. That's, like, that's the opinion of, like, most of the people who like it. But yeah, the mechanics themselves are supposed to facilitate the replayability, and then the ranking is supposed to further encourage you to actually engage that replayability. If I could. You know what? Oh, no! Ooh. That stopped me from going on a tirade about thinking replayability should be organic. No artificial padding. Should naturally want to replay your game because of its mechanics. Ooh. Oh, right. That can't be an X rank because of, Oh, why isn't it an X rank? I think it's because of the times I got hit. Because an X rank is like getting all S ranks on everything decently high, and I think a Z rank is like basically an X rank but without getting hit at all. It's like S plus or double triple S. Those are not ranks that I decided to go with. I wanted to make sure they felt different, like using wholly different letters. Also, this level used to be called Central District Act 3, because, what's it called? Aegis's level used to be called, 1B. And at the very start of development, it was supposed to appear in Act 1. Like, at the end with that, what's it called? That long-running stretch of highway. But what ended up happening was that, at the time, I didn't know how to make, like, a running fight in the middle of a level. So I ended up delegating it to its own level, which became, like, Act 2. Oh! Darn it. But yeah, that ended up getting, you know, copied across all the other districts in the game. It's like Act 2 is always a boss fight. Give me that. We move. Then also this is fun to make, and I was like, yeah, I'll put this in every other Act 4 as well. I think I actually got the idea for this one from Spark. Oh yeah, and these used to not snap the player to it, but because of people being able to like jump off it and whatnot, or like being able to get on it at a really weird angle and then fall off somehow, I just went like, yeah, screw it. It looks jank, but I'll make sure the player gets to where they're trying to go. I will gladly have a bit of jank just to make sure something like kind of sort of works. Be gone. Yeah, that high resonance dichotomy is in play. I remember getting feedback from somebody going like, yeah, this boss is way too tanky. I'm like, you sure about that? Goodbye, Loudmouth. Oh, very fun fact about this guy, actually. So, when ARMS came out, this guy was actually an OC design for ARMS back when that game was hype, and in that game I made Kid Cobra. Oh, no! But yeah, Loudmouth didn't explicitly look like this at the time. But yeah, it's kind of funny to think that he was meant to be an OC for like a Nintendo game at some point, and then got relegated to being kind of like a Yellow Devil looking boss for this game. Also, sorry for skipping through the dialogue here. I encourage you to play through the game yourself if you're trying to, you know, see everything in what's it called? Context. Or in full context. Because I am going through on instinct. I recommend... Yeah. So if you really want to see the plot, you might want to look at somebody else's playthrough. But I will try to give insight for these where I can. Trying to remember. But yeah, Franco went through like 3 different iterations. I think the first one, people were actually confused as to what Franco was even supposed to be, like a human, a robot, a guy, a girl, whatever. So I was like, okay, screw it, I'm gonna make a more human-looking design for her. And then that one was okay, but I don't know, something about it didn't feel as like out there for this game. It was like absurd for this game as it should have been. So then I started reading One Piece, got to like Chopper's arc, and I was like, okay, Dr. Kureha looks like really cool. I'm gonna take inspiration from her for like a final iteration for Franco. Like that's where this came from. Then what is it? Her hair in like the first iteration was directly inspired by Sonic, but then I was like, I want to make something that looks a little more natural, but like kind of anime size, still anime spiky hair, but still like believable for this character. So that's where the like curly hair came from. Then Oganessen's design was one of the first in the game, and I think it's the only design that hasn't undergone any major changes whatsoever since it was conceived. Oganessen is probably like the most solid design on creation. Yeah, ultimately with these characters, I am extremely happy with how they came out. Oh yeah, all 3 of these characters went through some pretty major changes. I remember Nyari existed well before the game even started development, but she was like twice her size. Oh, Neon also looked more like human-ish at some point, instead of having like the more Mega Man-like proportions, or Mega Man Sonic-like proportions. But I think like shrinking them both down like this was definitely a good call. Infinitely more marketable. And just infinitely cooler in general. People still don't know what Neon is. Or like they can't immediately tell what Neon is from a glance, just because they're like such a mix. But I don't blame them. But I still like their design. Yeah, the other synthezoids I think look more obviously, you know, like robots. Then Axis, the human over there, he went through a lot of designs. He was supposed to be at one point like an apprentice mechanic to Gadget, who helps out with the shop and stuff like that. But given the nature of the game, it wouldn't have been super, I don't know, super conducive to like go through and have like cutscenes for every character, like giving them nuanced introductions, because this game doesn't warrant that. You know what? Go ahead and shop. Because yeah, I feel like action games in general, the main reason you're there is for the gameplay loop. Especially if you're in like classic style or inspired games. Or in this case, I'm not even sure if I'd call... You know what? Yeah, I'll get my money up quick. But honestly, the classics that this is inspired by is more closer to like Game Boy Advance era stuff, which almost feels weird to call those, like, call it a retro console, call those retro games classics and stuff. But hey, that's the case now. There's people old enough to drink now who haven't, who could have lived after the DS became relevant, which is absurd. But yeah, This is definitely like Sonic Advance inspired. Sonic Advance 2 was one of my favorite platformers. Yes, even if the level design could be player hostile at points in that game. I remember being really nostalgic for it because I saw an advertisement in it from, what's it called? Sonic Mega Collection, and then that had the, like, Leaf Force beta music playing, and I was like, where is this in the game? I really like this. And I got older and realized, okay, that music doesn't fit with this game. But yeah, that's part of the reason why Neon has, like, ghost trails following... Oh god. Has ghost trails following them all the time. Like, yeah, that... conveying speed like that is really sick. Oh! No! Oh. Nope, nope, not this time. Right. Oh! Okay. Oh, usually I nail that. It's because I'm yapping. Oh! Goodbye. Ooh. Also, something that's really interesting that I've seen from people's gameplay. A lot of people instinctively play on the ground, I think because of how, probably because of how the moveset is kind of Smash inspired. And jumping constantly in a fighting game is kind of discouraged. Also, I don't know what happened to that. I don't know why I have to dash up there now. It's supposed to just send you up. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, me personally, I jump a lot in this game, so I made the, like, frame data for jumping extremely good, extremely fast. It's literally instant. I think I remember seeing some type of game design video about making jumps. I think it was one of Sakurai's vids, actually. Yeah, I think there was a point where Neon's jump had a slight delay before triggering. Ooh. And then I was like, you know what? Nah. I'm gonna leave like an after image on the ground and make the jump frame 0. Also, it cancels out attacks and all that as well. Which might contribute to why the combat feels great. Because, like, they cancel, the attacks cancel into each other, they cancel into jumps, they cancel into dashes. And, like, the jumps and dashes, they cancel almost immediately. And then if you're maxed out, the attacks cancel even faster. Which is pretty hype. Oh, and the cancellation thing in general, that came from, like, what, Project M? I guess it's P+ now. Then its most modern version will be Hudraw Remix. But yeah, though, I know at least Project M had turbo mode. And, like, all of those turbo tool-assisted speedrun videos on YouTube of people doing DBZ fights, like Fox and Falco underneath Final Destination and nonsense like that. Yeah, that's part of the reason why the combat is so cancel heavy. Wait, hold on, I'm going about this wrong. No! Ooh. There we go. I had to wave dash into it. Make this faster. But yeah, I think with the nuance of what's in the game, and what's in Neon's moveset, even after it clicks for you the first time, I think it can click for you a second and third time. But for a lot of people, that first time needs to happen. And it usually does if you played through it at all. Because it's like, from what I've been hearing from people, once it clicks, it becomes super addictive. But it's not like instant gratification. It's like, if you can give it an extra 10 or 15 minutes after you start, then you'll be rewarded with extremely, addicting gameplay. But understand, not everybody has that level of patience. Even though some games these days have intros that are like hours long, that guarantee you can't refund the game by the time you actually get started. Oh! I don't know why I did that. Yeah, overall, this game was meant to keep up with like instinctual movements, instinctual actions. Like no preset combos, just get in there, press a direction, attack, keep attacking, just go nuts. And I think I got that segment from like Marble Garden. The little lava chase thing. Also, fun fact, the heat zone that existed in this stage before the game came out, it was meant to be replaced with something, but I couldn't. There just was not time to replace it with anything, and I couldn't think of what to replace it with. But turns out removing it altogether was fine. It's staying in Act 4 though. But I get it's one of those mechanics that kind of betrays your expectations. Because you know, you want to be able to dash everywhere. Dashing is fun, but then a stage suddenly takes it away. Yeah, I get it. It's annoying. All right. Ooh. I should be. Oh god. I forgot I sped up the lava raising thing. Oh. You know what? You know, this boss kind of became unbalanced after I got rid of the heat zone, but it's fine. Oh, I got hit twice. Alright, Act 4. Oh yeah, the diva designs for this game were, of course, inspired by Megaman Robot Masters. But this is Agna's stage. She was the first of them to be designed. And this was like at a point well before like the other three were even conceived. She was just going to be her own character at one point. Kind of like a rival character, kind of like, I don't know, base for Mega Man or something. But then who else would you have fought? And it would have been the it would have been other Synthezoid characters originally. Ugh. But this was well before Gadget and Nyari's designs were like finalized or whatnot. And then there was another, and what is it? Axis was originally gonna be a Synthezoid, and then was probably gonna be like a digital assistant at some point as well, but then ended up becoming the like supporting apprentice little character. Doesn't do much, but hey, he's there. But yeah, if I were to make like another game, a sequel and whatnot, that's pretty much it's pretty much why he's there. Because I would like to actually go more into the game story at some point, or the world's lore at some point. But the trial and error process of actually making a full game that can even remotely compare in quality to, like, you know, the bigger releases, that takes a lot, especially on the first time. But hey, it's happened. And if Sonic Frontiers can get away with jank out of its mind, then surely first-time solo indie dev can get away with it too. Oh, and I love Frontiers, by the way. That game's peak. That's exactly why I'm saying it. Sorry to everybody who has, like, photosensitivity. That, a little warning I put at the start of the game. It's like a more personalized version of an epilepsy warning. I hope the people who, like, actually are vulnerable to that take advantage of the accessibility options, and whatnot. Alright. Oh, and I'll be real, I wanted to do this gag for like years, and I didn't get the time to until like the final playtest, like a couple of weeks before launch. Yeah, I was thinking like the very first demo, Agda was like waking up from a call from like Franca, and it was like by the time you get to her actual place, she's like asleep. I was like, wait, what? One, robots don't need to sleep, and it's like, yeah, I know, but that's why it's funny. But yeah, all the other divas were basically made around Agna's design as like a base. And as such, her design's been probably the most consistent throughout development. But you still got some pretty major changes. Yeah, goodbye. The equivalent of domain expansion, I guess. Oh, and of course the background changing color that was inspired by JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I can keep going with these inspirations, bro. Oh, and of course the fact that she has a stand-like character behind her. All the divas were originally going to do this, but the coding in that separate entity proved to be absurdly a lot. And even then, this character his name is Hotshot, by the way. But yeah, Hotshot had like twice as big of a moveset, and like the arena would like shift around and stuff. But the issue with that was that it required so much more like de-janking for Agna so that she can move around the stage properly. And what ended up resulting still wasn't as fun as what it came out to be when streamlined. Oh, come on, I trolled myself there. Be gone. Goodbye. Oh, you can't. But yeah, that's kind of a callback that, for me at least, she was meant to be like the rival character at first before Nyara even was. Or they both kind of were meant to be rival characters, just for like different reasons. Cool. Alright. I can just go down here. That makes things a lot faster. Oh, and of course the hub system altogether is inspired by like Kirby. Because Nightmare in Dreamland, I think, was the second non-educational game that I owned. So you can... And actually, maybe the third. I got Sonic Advance and Sonic Adventure 2 at the same time. But yeah, you can... Oh! Okay, cool. But yeah, you can tell how, like... How I'm wearing, like, all the inspirations on my sleeve. And people And people do like to, like it when they can tell, like when they can compare something to something that they're already familiar with. So I embrace that. But at the same time, some other people, like, will take it too far and see, like, one similarity and then assume that the entire thing is only derivative of that. And to be honest, I don't like when that happens, but I also understand that it will happen. So it's like, even though my trailer starts out with Neon doing the omnidirectional dashing. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Even though the trailer starts out with omnidirectional dashing and time stop and, you know, all that stuff that doesn't really exist in 2D Sonic. Some people will see the run cycle that happens afterwards and go like, it is only Sonic. Or people will see the forehead gem in Neon's forehead and go like, this is a ripoff of Peridot, even though ripoff is kind of a little too far. Because, let's see. Well, one, Peridot is the best gem in Steven Universe, but two, the forehead gem came from Zero from Megaman. But, like, the fact that people can, you know, establish those, like, latching points to the character, though, like, that alone outweighs it, outweighs the negatives for me, because it's not like it's, what's it? Ubiquitous. It's not everywhere. Like, most people have, like, different assumptions of what inspired this game, which is good. Because it means, like, all these inspirations at play at once means this thing's a unique combination of all of them. Ugh. No! I'm getting skill issued by my own game! Did I mention I'm tired? Did I mention I'm tired? Oh my goodness. There we go. But yeah, I will gladly, shamelessly take inspirations from the things that I like, and then wear what they are on my sleeve. And then, knowing that the fact that there are so many of them at play at once makes this not able to be overly derivative of any individual inspiration at a time. Like, I'd go as far to say as the game is less Sonic-like than, what's it called? Than Freedom Planet and Spark, even though both of those games are godlike and did definitely inspire Advent Neon. But the thing is, I believe both of those games were made in the Sonic Worlds framework for Click Team Fusion. And I know Lake Feppert especially had experience making Sonic fan games before then, and I'm pretty sure... Actually, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he was in part responsible for, you know, that Worlds framework even existing. So it's like, yeah, by the time he made, what's it called? By the time he made Spark, he already knew how to make a Sonic-like game. I'm not sure about the Galaxy Trail, but yeah. For Advent Neon, this is me, like, making a full platformer for the first time with no, like, with no framework, with no prior experience. Ooh. Which isn't necessarily bad, but ooh. Because, like, the fact that it being received so well as is, like, that is amazing, because it means the second attempt is going to be that much better. You know, the first time you try something new, ideally that's going to be the worst attempt at what you do. That doesn't mean your attempt's going to be bad, it just means you're always going to get better. Oh, thank goodness that didn't hit me. Yeah, goodness gracious, I am super tired. Oh no. No, no, no! Aw. I want to parry it. Yeah! Good. Goodbye. You know what? I got a better idea. I'm gonna switch to keyboard. Alright. So the game plays well on both, what is it? Mouse and keyboard and controller. I was trying controller just to make it easy to just chill behind the, what's it called? Behind the computer. But I am really used to, what's it called? The keyboard. But yeah, even though I'm tired as an excuse, please feel free to beat out this playthrough, beat out my times, beat out my ranks, beat out my performance. I want to see it happen. Like, I do not want to be, like, even though I'm obviously good at my own game, I don't want to be even close to the best player at the game. I want everybody else to make sure that's the case. No, no, no! Okay, there we go. And let's see, this stage... Ooh. At least the music, it was inspired by Kirby 64. Ooh! Come at me. I really like the enemy designs of these guys. Also, this is one of the backer designs, actually. Backer suggested designs. It was like, yeah, can you make like a thwomp for Mario with sneakers and then he trips over them? And it was supposed to be for a basic enemy, but I was like, I like that idea so much, I'm turning into a mini-boss. And I'm gonna give it a blindfold just so that the dude has drip. Ooh. Here's a funny part. This part is meant to encourage you to dash over these. But I noticed people's like first time playthroughs like expect like, you know, instinctively jumping over those. And that made it like infinitely more brutal for them. I was like, part of me isn't sure if I should change this or if I should let them eventually figure out and like go like a head smack, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do type thing. No! Let me in, let me in, let me in. Yes! This was also the first, what's it called, time stop gauntlet added to the game. So it's just meant to be like a basic, what's it called, you know, tunnel thing. It was like, once and I think I got those, like, that time laser mechanic, I got that straight from Bayonetta, because I saw that there was a statue or something where you intentionally get struck and have to trigger witch time in order to do, time-based challenges. Oh. Oh no! Oh, I forgot to make those stop. Oh, good shake. No, no, no. I'm not dying a second time. Oh, and the whole upside-down city aspect, I got that from, like, the arc in SA2. I was like, that's cool. And then the building in the middle is supposed to be, like... It's supposed to be kind of like a... equipped with a laser cannon, but honestly, I don't know how obvious that looks. But yeah, it helps mine out the area for like network cables and whatnot. Speaking of which, my network recently got better, and it's the only reason I've been able to actually upload stuff as fast as I've been able to. Oh! No, I mistimed it. Oh, you know what, screw it. yeah, if my internet didn't get upgraded when it did, this would have been hell to do. Or, yeah, get distributed. Oh no. You will not stop me. Oh, and of course, the enemies have, like, kind of Kirby inspirations to them as well. Like the wheelie. I really like the wheelie. Myth. Ooh. And I did get a bit of feedback from the magnetic platforms having like a very wide snapping range, and part of that was just so I wouldn't want somebody to overshoot it and go like, why the hell can't I hit this platform? But at the same time, I do get it. It's one of those things where you kind of have to accept the pros and the cons are going to be there. Because it's like Neon's movement is incredibly cancel heavy and all that, so it's like, well, I've said it already, but yeah, that ends up causing it to be very loose, which, like, imprecise, basically. Also, it's Freddy Fazbear. No, he was actually not inspired by Freddy. But his mechanic is, but yeah, his mechanic is just, he's invincible. He is title card. Why is he invincible? Good question. It's funny. Also, Silva went through so many design iterations, but ended up settling on like this toxic punk rock ballerina hybrid type design. So it's like Genevig has a design almost synonymous to a teddy bear or something, because of a lot of these characters tend to have like those supporting characters be like stuffed animals or something cute. Like Perona from One Piece. That's not actually what inspired her, but I swear seeing her like made it solidify. Oh, and also she's a gamer. Which is why she's toxic. But yeah, Genevig does not fight. He literally exists to stand there and be invincible, which is why Soba hits him during a fight. Is like, yeah, if you're gonna hit me and use me as a weapon, sure, I'm not gonna do it. I forgot how fast she was. I haven't actually had time to play through this game again since it launched. I'm getting jump scared by my own speed. Oh, never mind. Thank you, lingering invincibility. Also, Gurren Lagann drill, of course. Alright, also I think Jill Dozer possibly inspired this design, just like, unintentionally, just like, I don't know, passively. Kids, do not translate that. I will keep that in the game until somebody makes it a problem. Another orb down. Oh yeah, originally these things were meant to control all the robots in a district, and breaking them would, like, get rid of... or, like, disable the entire district. But now they kind of exist. They still do kind of control the energy flow of the area, but they don't necessarily, straight up deactivate an entire district. Oh, I will get something. Meteoric spin is fun. Oh right, I forgot to get Resonance Breaker. What am I doing? Oh yeah, Endless Break was added because the first demo had a thing where you, where your break attacks would cost 1 dash instead of 2. But given their armor break properties and the ability to stun lock, I made it like more, you know, more committed. To like give them much more, you know, of a roll over normal attacks. But still, if you want the perk that lets you do it twice as often, it's there. Granted, it's a little more than half as effective once you get that perk. I personally prefer to play with it off. Remember, every attack is an invitation to deal more damage. If you're playing this game by waiting out an attack... Well, okay, except for this one. She actually goes off screen. But yeah, you can always get mileage out of somebody's attack, pretty much. But be gone! Oh yeah, lucky, what's it called? Lucky nodes are really putting in the work here. But yeah, the shop upgrades are cheap relative to other games because honestly, if you're gonna replay the game, it shouldn't be just for the sake of grinding out levels, for, you know, the sake of unlocking things. You should want to do that at, you know, first and foremost. Like, you probably won't unlock every single thing on your first playthrough, but at the same time, you know, you should be able to unlock what you want by the time you finish the playthrough, right? Because the game is short. I went into that knowing that. Sonic games, especially Sonic Advance, has, when I was playing that as a kid, that would have playthroughs that would be as low as 45 minutes. Those games were like $40, $35 to $40 back in the day. But having a game that has a playthrough that lasts about 3 times as long for half the price in this era, while being organically replayable, as in you want to replay it for its own sake, for the gameplay, I think that's a good deal. Alright, I forgot to use Meteoric Spin. This is such a chaotic move. Oh! Nope, no. Ow. I remember playtesters asked me to nerf that tornado enemy a couple of times. It used to be much faster than you. Oh no! I forgot. I was trying to showcase the slow mechanic. Give me money. Oh, dang. I guess there is a secret at the start of the level. As in more nodes. I forgot to go back and get it. But yeah, those like orbiter mechanics came from or were inspired by SE2 as well. Goodbye. Yeah, lingering hitbox. It is funny that Neon won't be able to be added as is to a fighting game. Because their frame data and hitbox size are just too good. Too broken. Like, everything about their moveset is fundamentally broken compared to, what's it called? A lot of other platform characters, I feel. Which is the appeal. Oh, goodbye. No, no, no. Goodbye, goodbye. Ooh. Originally this was gonna have like Neon putting in some special passcode that gave them flight assistance from the Nitro fleet. Ooh. Because what was it? It would have been implied that Soma Flute would take trips here or something, or like the Divas would see each other periodically or stuff like that. Then they just scream that they can't fly, and then Vaya's one of Vaya's like things would go like, okay, here's a jetpack since you screamed out you can't fly. But I changed that around. Just because explaining all of that during this would have, I guess, been like weird or hard to follow. I feel like I don't even need to explain the inspiration for this boss. Granted, it has a unique moveset compared to Krako, but still. Also, yeah, the jet mechanic is admittedly, what's it called? Easy compared to the rest of the game. Very easy. It too went through a bunch of iterations, but it was like, I think the iteration before this one was even easier because Neon wouldn't dash, but the dash was replaced with a shield. Like, yeah, that just made it extremely easy to just deflect every projectile shot at you. Hey, it's still fun. But it only exists for like a couple of levels anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. This level's music was loosely inspired by Yosuke Yasui, but it does not sound like Eshito's music at all. But I do think because I took that inspiration, it does slap to a degree higher than some of the other tracks in the game. Oh. There we go. Nope. There we go. Yes. Oh no, I skipped the checkpoint. Don't die. This part originally asked you to time stop while doing all of this, and one of my playtesters was like, okay, that's a bit much. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. I know one of my reviews on Steam was like, hey, was this game even playtested at all, or was this mechanic even playtested at all? It's like, yes, all of it was. It's just that given the nature of the game, it is always 2 steps removed from being broken or janked out in some way. The fact that it runs this cohesively is a marvel. I know somebody asked me why don't more games like play like this, and it's because like wow, that was quick. It was because like all of the states, all of the ways you can transition between states while keeping momentum and all of that, like that needs a lot of that needs a lot of like duct tape to keep in check. Whoa. That's why a lot of games that have like their edges roughed out, like they allow you to do less, specifically because it won't break. It's safer. This was like, yeah, so there's a lot of ways the game still can break, given all of this under the hood stuff, but it doesn't break in a way that completely breaks the deal for like 99% of people. Also, the person who even made that comment in the first place ended up getting contacted by another player to go like, hey, you should give the rest of the game a shot. And they ended up doing that, and then was like, hey, I'm going to change my review to positive after beating and enjoying the rest of the game. Which is honestly great. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's where cutscenes were probably among the hardest things to get properly working in the game. Anything that can stop the gameplay loop and act on top of it was hard to add. But it wasn't like... Actually, you know what? I don't think cutscenes were that hard. I think level design was the hardest thing overall. But still. Because anything that needs things to stop was a dangerous thing that could break the game in some way. And it's kind of funny considering one of the main gimmicks in this game is time stop. But yeah, that's all just to like give an idea of, yeah, this game, the way this game is made, like all the things at play means that it's always in danger of just being completely broken. And everybody, including myself, should be very glad that it's not completely broken. Oh, that's funny. I actually haven't seen that interaction before. Maxing out against one of those bumpers. Oh, this song's a remix of one of my older tracks back before I started the game when I was playing Trove, that old voxel MMO. Man, I was really passionate about the modding scene back when I was playing that. Now think about it, even Via's design is probably based around the mod that I made this soundtrack on. Or, yeah, soundtrack for. Granted, I didn't explicitly do that, it probably was like subconscious. Similarities are there now that I think about it. Oh no! I'm gonna have a challenge one day to see if I can actually make it through that gear tunnel while maintaining momentum. Goodbye. Oh, right. This whole level, I think both Act 3 and Act 4 here were inspired by Egg Fleet, and I think, what's it called? Dang. I guess Final Fortress? Both of them from Sonic Heroes. But it's like I couldn't do the thing where you go into an airship and completely destroy it because budget and experience. But if I could have done that, I really would have wanted to. They're her real arms. Fire probably has the most, like, the most stuff for her made in the files just because she has, like, 2 sets of arms and a visor. Or I guess technically 2 visors. Oh! But she do be cool. The fight is fun. The extra effort was worth it. Aw. This is the last time I wasn't maxed out, actually. Lock in. But yeah, I remember mentioning the JoJo inspiration earlier, where like Agna has a stand-like character and hotshot behind her. I made sure that even though the other divas don't have that, they still teleport you into an arena that has a second entity that attacks you. So in this case, it's like the periodic airships. And then for Soma, of course, it's Genevieve flying around the arena. Oh, I already killed her. No, I wanted to do the barrage thing. I underestimated myself. Oh. Orb gone. Wow, I broke the node cap with, Dang, yeah, I forgot how broken this upgrade is. So yeah, if you want to unlock things quickly, get lucky nodes as your first upgrade. As an evil node count. Not. Let's fix that. Ooh, Phantom Dash, yes. You know what? Sure. Oh yeah, I was really happy to get the like color palette thing working in this game too. Shout out to Pixelated Pope for his dang, what was it called? Pixel shader or something. I don't remember the name. But it's a really useful game maker asset. Also, the edge, the shadow color, it is extremely popular. Every other screenshot I've seen that has a custom color has this color active. People really like shadow. Also, this is inspired by Spark. This is inspired by Super Saiyan Goku, Megaman ZX. This was an unused color that was going to be in the game. Like back when Neon would be able to transform between different states. Then this one's from Loudmouth. This is another transformation state. So is this and that. But it's like the moves that they would have had got now exist in kind of a new form and with like the perks that you unlock from S ranking the actual boss fights. Like, oh yeah. Maybe I'll edit this part out in post, I don't know. Just because it's not quite gameplay. And also these flags were some of the first things I added to test out the flag system, or the banner trail system. think I'll try this. Oh, and also there's no health upgrades in this game. Like, there are other upgrades that kind of sort of help Neon's defensive aspects or offensive aspects, but I don't think that upgrading straight stats would be appropriate in this game. Like, the closest you get is a shield upgrade, I guess. Cool. Post-apocalyptic city vibe, let's go. Well, I guess it's not technically post-apocalyptic since there's still humans in this world, they're just not here. And I know the game doesn't explain that. Ooh. Oh, now it's gonna be really hard to keep up with me now. Because I have like 3 perks that I can activate at once. Ooh. Goodbye. We keep it moving. No. Oh. Ooh. Goodbye. Actually, not. I guess this level was loosely inspired, but like, ooh, aesthetically inspired by Orange Ocean from Kirby. Ugh. I could have done that better. No. Oh. Let's see. I think I've been hit a couple times this level. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna get an X rank. Oh, and of course these water block things. They were inspired by Celeste. Oh. It appears. Ooh. Oh, let me out. That is interesting. That's crazy because I added a failsafe to the game, like, specifically to counteract that. And for some reason, it's not activating. Okay, huh? Okay, it's not acting the same kind of weird as it did before. That's promising. But yeah, remember what I said before of the game always being 2 steps removed from completely breaking. That's what I mean. Goodbye. Yeah, there was literally a failsafe inside the block now, where if you stay in it for longer than a second, it kicks you out. And you won't be able to, like, dash in it anymore. But for some reason, in that case, it's still not triggering after explicitly being tested. So yeah, I'll have to go back and figure out why that is. Oh well. Alright, next boss. I think this is one of the first bosses I showed concept art for to my Kickstarter backers. And this ended up being... Its design ended up being like a lot cooler in the end. I think it's kind of like Vivi from the FF9 mixed with a Reaper of some sorts. One of my playtesters really likes the sound effects for it. Yeah, I do like the mini game this one kind of puts you into where you have to dash through blocks. Speaking of which, like all the districts have like their own kind of loose theme for Neon's mechanics. Like Tritium District here focuses on what's it called? On dashing, and then Phosphor District with Soma and everything focuses on running. Then Agna's district, Hexane District focuses on attacking. Then of course with like the bombs and stuff, which is why that area removed your dashes at some point. But in, let's see, Nitro District with Via focuses on jumping, of course, or just being in the air in general. But yeah, that's why they all have such, like, different mechanics. Doing that took a lot out of me. Should I make another game? Should I make a sequel or something? It probably won't have as many level gimmicks, just because I know the gameplay itself at its core, it's fun. No! Oh. There we go. Oh, I hit the sour spot. No, I hit the death spot. No. Goodbye. Oh. Hold up. There we go. Goodbye. Yeah. I wonder if I can make it all the way over there. I can. Good. Alright, we're back to max. I think at the time when I added this, I thought it was one of the coolest things ever. But then I got to the end of the game and went like, oh, I have a new coolest thing ever. And I'm specifically, in this case, referring to the ability to freeze these water things. I don't know, I just thought it felt really cool. Oh! It's getting there. I think this is one of my favorite soundtracks I made for the game. I don't know why water levels just slap. I think there's like a government mandate where water levels have to have good music. There's another one of my backroom mini bosses. Clink! No! Oh. Hold up, I'm gonna parry him. No! I'm gonna parry you till you die! Yeah! Let's go! Okay, this one I actually got from Spark. I was like, yeah, I want a board in this game. No! Oh. Wait, no, I might die here. Oh. When I first made the mechanic, it wouldn't turn. Like, I made it so it just wouldn't turn at all, but I think after I added the momentum mechanic, I was like, okay, this thing deserves to be able to turn. Oh! Goodbye. Oh no. It's not a 2D platformer without a segmented enemy to fight. Goodbye, Leviathan. That one was probably okay. Ugh. 7 times. What am I doing? Time for aura farming the level. And just one of the coolest characters I've made. I almost think it's cooler with like a character who's stronger is like completely unassuming. Not necessarily like goofy. Like characters don't have to be like Kirby or something, but it's like you can obviously tell that they're stronger than they look when you like meet them. I think that trope is pretty sick. Because like unlike all the other divas, she does not wear any sort of armor. Well, I guess her helmet counts, but you know, she doesn't have any like shoulder pads or anything. But then she just freezes you on the spot. Like the other divas had this mechanic where they take you to another dimension, and then now it just happens at the very start of the level, and it is the level. I might go to hell for saying this, but the soundtrack was actually inspired by Fortnite music. Ah! Good, I didn't die there. But yeah, at the time I made it, I was like, this is the best soundtrack I've made for this game. Oh! Wait, I'm doing this wrong. Don't kill me! Okay, go, go, go. Oh, whoops. Bubble maze. I don't know what inspired that. I guess I was like, yeah, if there's gonna be a bunch of bubbles in this level, I might as well have a maze. Thank you, Celeste, for existing, because I really like the water thing. I still think it's done better there, but still. It's always fun. When it doesn't break. Ah! Okay, there we go. Please let me up. Oh. You know, no. There we go. Have fun dying. Yeah. I also think the vibe of this level is just really nice too. I really enjoy like spacey and sparkly stuff outside of like the futuristic aesthetic. And I think the longer development went on, the more I just started to combine those two things into the same game. No! Oh, I jumped too early. I don't have to jump at all when it comes to these ramps. So it's still weird that the one in Hexane Act 1 just doesn't work, even though I went and checked that the thing is there. But the, like, proper trigger and angle is there. Oh well. Yeah, this whole level is Neon just breaking out of the illusion and going faster than it. Like, it's implied to be the tutorial level, but frozen over. Because she states that it's their inner world. And Neon's inner world in this case is the tutorial level, like the retro wave thing. Why is she the leader, you ask? Because she's the coolest. Oh! Oh, wow! I didn't know she was still vulnerable there. But yeah, this entire fight is very special compared to the other ones because it's, instead of, what's it called? Instead of her attacking you first, you have to attack her first. Like, she is not going to hit you at all, no matter how long you wait. I don't think there's any Easter eggs or anything either. I remember wanting to put one in, but I didn't want to wait around to test it. Oh, and her giant blade is a mix of, what is it? Crap, I forgot the name of Inuyasha's weapon. But it's like loosely inspired by that. Loosely inspired by, Ichigo from Bleach Fire and Getsuga's. Back into the moon place. Oh, and it's also... her moveset is also inspired by a class from the really old MMO called Dragon Nest. That class is called Moonlord, where you just play as a swordsman warrior archetype, but his whole thing is that he fires magic sword waves with everything. It's not like Link from Zelda where you, where you fire beams at, like, max health. Like, the beam thing is just the whole character. Which I guess is, like, close to Ichigo as well. Ooh. Lingering invincibility saved me. Goodbye. Oh yeah, you have to counter that attack to live, pretty much. I think if you don't, you take 2 damage. So you could survive, but it's like, you are not getting out of that unscathed. Cool. My time's hit. Oh, right. At some point, I need to make this teleport you back to the global hub, or the main hub, whatever it's called. The underground tunnels. Franka just shows up because, yeah, she can. It's her turf. Only, that's pretty young. But yeah, playing around with resonance in this universe is like playing around with the soul. You can basically live a lot longer if you figure out how to exploit it, like Franka and Oganesson do. It would be nice, like, to have like a game that could explore the world further, but at the same time, the main focus for this was getting it out, or getting it done. But I do appreciate that a lot of people are, like, genuinely interested in the world, like, nonetheless. That meme where, like, AAA lore is just a tiny pamphlet, and then indie dev lore is just that stupid you never have to cut me off meme. You didn't have to cut me off, whatever it's called. Cool. You know what? I think I'll change to a... Since it's the end of the game here, I think I'm going to change back to default. So, you serve to be well, Silver. Oh yeah, this is like the defensive upgrade I was talking about. Since it influences your resonance. It makes sure that you're always stronger. Not that I need it, but we move. No, I will check it out. I do have the time. This is the Kickstarter backer area. I'm not going to talk to everybody here, but... I will talk to the only character who in here who's actually my OC. And she's aware of the fourth wall. But yeah, onward. Time for the hardest level in the game. Oh yeah, I'm not sure what exactly compelled me to design the place like this, but I mean, like, just the whole environment. But I think it's, like, really cool to kind of subvert the expectation of having a final level be, like, an apocalyptic-looking, I don't know, place with a bunch of lava. Hexine District already has lava in it. That'd be redundant. The beginning and end of the world should be pretty in a way that humanity cannot comprehend. It's partially inspired by, Double X Zone from the end of Sonic Advance 2, because of the, little boss rush at the end. Or the boss rush in the middle of all of this. But it's still a functional level, like, outside of all of that. Also, I was like, for years, I was like, I'm gonna save these aim and break drums for the end of the game. So once I finally got around to designing this level, I was like, it's time. Ugh. And I think it properly subverts some people's expectations. You know, like, Breakcore, my 2D platformer. I don't even think Breakcore is the right genre, but people understand what I'm talking about. You know, Breakcore is way more involved. Way more involved with distorting the drums and all of that. The breaks are the core of the genre. In this case, it's more like melodic. Aw, I messed that up. But yeah, either way. Both the soundtrack and the level being like really pretty. I'm really glad I made it this way. I guess the Origin Seed is thematically inspired by the live stream from Final Fantasy VII. Because it's like, in this world, all life begins and, like, ends with this area. And it just becomes the water. It becomes the literal stream. Oh, I messed that up. I almost want to go back and do that segment again. Because I want momentum. Oh. No. Oh wait, no. I might have to wait, yep. Wait, no. There we go. Oh yeah, if you if you go through this level, I saw some people. I know for a fact the first time for this level is going to be a struggle, but it is possible to Z rank. Oh my goodness, what did I do? Oh my goodness. Okay. I messed that up. That is hilarious, because, like, the odds of all of those specific things happening at the same time to trigger a soft lock, because these platforms are moving, or these blocks are moving in random configurations. I've never had that happen to me. Those specific blocks in that specific place at that specific time while I'm doing that specific counter. Oh man. It's not like I'm being lazy and avoiding fixing certain bugs. It's that I need to figure out how the hell they even happen in the first place. I believe they're just esoteric. Yes! Cloud time. By that, I mean this is gonna take 5 seconds. Especially since I'm already maxed out. Be gone, Krako. Oh! Oh! I was about to not move just so I could flex on it. Why is there lava in my water level? Oh, right. No. Oh. Oh yeah. I don't like waiting too long for platforms on like hazards and whatnot. But I was like, that is kind of a mainstay in platformers. So I was like, okay, I'll compromise a little for some of these mechanics. But I'm not gonna do a thing where you have to be stuck waiting for like 20 seconds because a platform that takes up so much of the level has got missed and now you have to wait for it to come back. Oh. Give me speed. Yeah. Like, so many things are at play here, as I mentioned before. Like, going into the portal and then coming out with momentum because you, got shot into it from a cannon. Like, going in a completely different direction. Like, there are so many ways that can break. There's so many ways that did break. The fact that it mostly works is, again, very appreciated. No! Oh, oh. Yes. Oh, I'm not getting a 7-minute achievement. Gotten it before, but I'm not sweating right now. I wouldn't be able to talk at all if I was. Oh, whoops. No! 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 Oh, okay, cool. That little, segment, it's like, if you get in the rhythm of it, it's good. The instant you fall out of it, it starts feeling really panicked. Yeah, this might be the one platform that'll screw you over if you somehow fall off it, and you have to be stuck waiting for it for a while. Cool. Give me those. Yeah, if you haven't hit the node cap at any point in the game and you get to that room, you definitely will hit it. Cool. Huh? Oh, I had shield for days. Let's go. I'm so glad this cutscene works. First playthrough with playtesters had people get to the end of the game and go like, why is the next thing happening? I was like, oh no. The scene was fully coded and everything, it just got skipped. Yes! Loudmouth refight, let's go. Just kidding. This fight went through probably the most iterations of any fight in the game. Ugh. Like, at one point, this was going to be a 7-force boss. I know a couple of people were like, okay, this game, it seems treasure-inspired, there needs to be a 7-force boss. I agree. The issue was, going against 7-force boss is ridiculous. It ended up, like, not being as fun as it could have been. So I ended up settling on, 2 parts of, what I had in, like, a final iteration, and then combining them for this first phase. And then making something completely unique for phase 2. So, like, this humanoid version of Franco here, that was going to be the final phase. Ooh. Ooh. No. Bye. Get parried. No, again. Oh! Bro, did she just T-pose at me? No! Oh. But yeah, it was originally gonna be like a, what's it called, Final Destination type fight, where the platform, where it'd just be a relatively small platform. The issue was making it so Franca could be knocked off the walls without falling off the stage, which ultimately just felt too janky to work. This part is cool. My throat's starting to hurt from all this yapping, but it's worth it. It's fun. Hyperactive Robo Z Sonic Advance 3. We move, except it's better. Okay, cool. Come back. Oh god. When I made the theme song for this, I couldn't stop vibing to it for like a solid couple of hours. Oh. I know those hands can be stopped. Wait. Okay, go. Yeah! Mm-hmm. In case you didn't know about that interaction. Oh! Oh. Of course, there has to be a boss that ends this way in the game. If you haven't picked up on the gimmick by now, you're just gonna be stuck here. Goodbye. Wait, 10 times. Oh! Oh, I need to stop getting hit. You're crazy. I know a lot of people were expecting it to like not go this well for like Oganesson to come back. And even I was thinking about a bunch of different ways to have it like just go south. Or like have you end up fighting him or something along those lines. But I was like, screw it. Because what happens next is like is cooler anyway. I was like trying not to think too hard about how to like justify this happening. Quite possibly the coolest OC I've ever made. I was originally gonna have just a white afro, but then then Luffy broke the internet, and I was like, okay. I think it was like I was showing people really work in progress gameplay footage of this fight, and then they were like, yeah, you should probably change that white hair to a cloud or something. I was like, yep. This design also existed well before any knights you may know of. Oh, I missed. Oh yeah, this one keeps you at 100% the whole fight. Completely forgot about Meteoric Spin! I wasn't trying to jank out the levels. It's such a fun mechanic, though. Wait! Oh. I trolled myself there. Alright. Yeah, Helio here went through a ton. Like, he was one of the first characters conceived for this game. He went through a lot of iterations, and actually, his design, like, first started out as one of my Splatoon, based around one of my Splatoon 2 characters. Like, when they added Octo expansion and the Octolings came out. And I think it was, like, during the Final Fest where, oh god. I think it was Team Order got, like, silver hair. I was like, okay, that looks really cool with my Octoling, I'm gonna turn that into a character. And then Helio evolved from that. And also, I ended up reading Journey to the West at some point, and absolutely, this was like well before what Black Myth became relevant to. And I was like, okay, this is sick as hell. This is like the original shonen. I've got to pay respect to that with Helios' design, especially since Neon's like max state is kind of like Super Saiyan like. So it's kind of like Sun Wukong versus Goku here. Especially since Helio is the original. Aura for days. I'm not going to be able to charge this up. Some people have been able to abuse it. Also, I've been taking my sweet time with this fight. Sorry. I know people are going to be watching the playthrough like, why the hell are you taking so long? It's time. Neon runs for their life. Who does it better? Sonic outrunning a nuclear power plant meltdown, or Neon outrunning unholy water? You know what? I take it back. It's not unholy. I decided to wait for it to go up there. But if you get hit once, you're screwed. It's the only thing in the game that does 2 damage to you per hit. Because Helio's that powerful. I don't think it's ultimately that hard. It's just, I made it to be super stressful. And then you get trolled and die anyway. Oh, C rank time. That is... Oh! Oh well. What follows next will be worth it. Like the gods themselves are afraid of this guy. But then Neon catches the bluff. But yeah, if they're afraid of me, why'd you kill my dad? What the heck? Then yeah, it gets revealed here that Helio was their biological son, and at some point became this. And Helio's whole plan is to forcefully reunite with his parents by murdering them. But even above all of that, I think the phrase "I just don't like you" is a perfect way to justify any villain doing anything whatsoever. Like, the tragic backstory doesn't matter. All you have to do is bring out the reason that they don't like you. And then the counter argument is like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass anyway. Because yeah, there's a lot that I thought of. I ultimately wanted the reasons for why anything's happening to be relatively simple and easy to follow, because a lot does happen, a lot does get missed. People, understandably, will be super attached. But this is cool. So damn edgy! 100% inspired by like sprite animations. I wanted that segment to be longer, but coding it from scratch and having like to make all the unique assets, all the sounds and everything, and like video editing via coding it, yeah, all of that made it much harder to do than it probably would have been for like, you know, a traditional sprite animation. But I still think the result that I got was really cool. I was like, this type of scene has to occur at least once in this game. Also, yes, Neon canonically breaks power scaling debates. Neon is diegetically stronger than what the fandom of Sonic and Kirby interpret both of those characters as. You throw Kirby into a debate to like piss people off and just throw a monkey wrench in there. No, Neon is the wrench. Also, yeah, Doomsday type level. Zero type boss. Or, actually no, just a soul type boss from Kirby. Okay, now it's a zero boss. Crazy how Kirby Canvas Curse changed the whole timeline for that series. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Oh, that was loud. How many aim and breaks do you want on the soundtrack? I simply responded to myself, yes. So here's your Diva refights. Totally a refight. I figured people expected the refight to happen, so I was like, yeah, it's gonna happen here with like fake versions of them. But while you're already powerful enough to steamroll them, so it gets delegated to a single phase. Also, I took the liberty of making Indra constantly attack you after she's hit once here. Goodbye, though. Wait. Oh, I missed! Hands. They're rated E for everyone. It's time. Bro, this fight took so much out of me. This took me probably like 7 straight months of work. If it was made like this year. I was like super hyped to finally get it working. It was above and beyond what it was going to be before. I don't even think I have an inspiration for this. I think, like, outside of, I don't know, Asura's Wrath, maybe? Oh yeah, this I was like, it's not gonna be like a game that revolves around scaling and power unless the end is absolutely absurd. That is one aspect that I really do like about Kirby games. But he doesn't necessarily attack and dethrone God for eating his cheesecake, but still. That's how people interpret it. But in this case, Neon actually attacks and dethrones a literal god for killing his dad, for killing their dad. They both share the same dad. Yes. I think I got the text from like the end of Wonderful 101. Like something like press X to save Earth or something. Just ridiculous. Why can Neon power up the Playground Rules level? Who knows? It's cool. Egg Dift. God Dift. I know it's absurd. I know it's ridiculous. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. That punch. I got it from a mix of like I can't believe I'm saying this. I got it inspired like a mix of like Guilty Gear, other fighting games with unnecessarily amounts of text, as well as TikTok edits. That'll like have like, I don't know, some really grungy music while a bunch of text gets written to the screen behind the character that you can't actually keep up with. I was like, that is unnecessary, but it's cool. Also, this is a backer promise here. I'm very glad to have this in the game. Yeah, thank y'all for backing this game. It really couldn't have existed without y'all. Even though I got help with money from elsewhere, I needed all of it. I needed all of this help. It is especially the only reason that final boss could have existed the way it does. It's complete and utter aura maxing. I'm still super proud of that fight. Like if you've started the game and you've if you're watching this, or if you're like, I don't know, started the game and haven't finished it yet, and you know somebody who hasn't finished it yet, please get them to finish it. The game's short enough to get to the credits in a couple of sessions. They owe it to themselves to see how the quality goes up at the end. And I think the game already starts out on a pretty high note. It just ends on a higher one. Because I don't think a game like this, I don't think an action game should have an underwhelming finale. I don't think that should be an afterthought. Anywhere else, like put the afterthoughts anywhere else, not the end. Oh, and fun fact. You can fly with this by double tapping jump. Get blasted. Oh, it's loud. Now, after these credits end, I just have to pray that the whole recording has recorded. If it hasn't, oh my god. Also, these are the people who backed at $69. Thank you. That was pretty nice of you. Or was it the people who backed early and there was only 69 slots? I can't remember. No, I think it was at $69. These are the people who suggested character designs. Whether it be bosses, their NPCs, or enemies. These are the people who helped out in pretty much any way outside of the game. Or just cool in general. Give them the credits, can get Z ranked. But it's kind of hard not to unless you don't participate at all, or skip them. But that's it. That is the whole game. There's like more to see by talking to the NPCs. You can unlock this new thing, along with other stuff. Yeah, thank y'all for watching this. Thank y'all for playing the game. Thank y'all for supporting it through all this time, and thank you for thank y'all for believing that it's been worth the wait. Because I definitely think it has been. So yeah, I will peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one. I need a nap.